Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brightops, and welcome back to Crusader Kings 2. The first actual proper episode this time around. And we are playing as Chief Barney of Maine, who is very much a dragon. He is currently married to Chiefess Worm of Maine, who doesn't like me very much. But let's just have a quick look at what... We haven't actually taken the time to have a look at the world around us or who we're playing. But just stat-wise, we are okay. We're not that diplomatic as a person, but we have some diplomatic people in our court. We are fairly martial, actually. We've got a pretty good martial score there. Let's see. We're not a good steward, which isn't great. We have... Whoa, that is a fairly high intrigue. So we are definitely the kind of person who likes to have people have unfortunate accidents. And we are also fairly learned. But okay, just to have a look at Barney, he is an elusive shadow. So that's the kind of education he had. He had his education was based in intrigue, and he was a master of it. So that's why he's incredible. So that's why he has such a ridiculously high intrigue, as well as works in martial as well. Also helped with diplomacy a bit, but not too much. And actually helps his personal combat skill, which... Yeah, this guy can duel people. And he will kick some ass. But let's see, he is ambitious. He is an ambitious chief. He is also somewhat paranoid. And gluttonous. He's a dragon, what can you expect? Strangely enough, he's also just. So he's a gluttonous, paranoid, and ambitious person, but he still has a very well-developed sense of justice. Which is interesting, to say the least. He also has 3 children, who are currently very, very young. Let's see, while we're doing this, we might as well just give them a learning focus, because, let's see, his eldest daughter is brave and an idolizer, but also indolent. So, from their childhood learning, we can basically she would do very well with a learning education. Basically, she's kind of smart, so we're just going to give her that. Next one, we have another daughter, who hasn't had a focus set. Just to explain to those people who haven't played before, the way that children work is you can give them a focus in early childhood, such as, oh, we're going to give them to the guards and retainers to train and give them and raise them as people, and that will give them traits associated with that. So they can, of course, just gain traits on their own, because that's just how things happen. We'll give this one a humility focus. So Naga here is going to be learning from the servants of the court to focus on service and humility. Considering that she's a younger daughter, that's fine. We also have the youngest daughter, who is currently 4. She has no traits yet, so we can basically pick what... Though she has gained some martial. Which... No, martial and some learning. So I'm inclined to give her a struggle focus, which basically means she will be loosely tutored, chiefly being left and competing with the others. So, yeah, she's going to sort of be the abandoned child. Not great, but not the worst. Let's see, let's have a look at her wife. She is not a fan of me. But strangely and... Well, that's interesting. Apparently it's just something with dragons, is that dragons have as a racial modifier, they have a lower general opinion of... They have a lower general opinion interacting with other people. Yeah, apparently dragons do not like other dragons. And no one likes dragons. Who knew? Let's see, our wife is a intricate web weaver, so she is also intrigue focused, as you can see that she isn't quite as good at it as Barney, but still pretty good, still fairly solid. She's also a lot more diplomatic than he is. She's very good at talking. Let's see, she's also gluttonous, which, yeah, not the greatest for their relationship, but they kind of, it balances out a bit. Let's see, she's patient, which is a good trait to have. She's cynical, which is interesting. We've got one paranoid, one who's cynical, and she's also gregarious, so she is very good at talking to people. She's a very good talker. And now let's have a look at our lord, who's the king of our entire kingdom here. He... actually, all things... yeah, he's in the negative at the moment, but... all things considered, that's probably not the... this is not as bad as it could be. Though, I think we don't... yeah, we're fairly neutral to each other. Eh. Okay, first things first. We've got some things we need to organize, but first things first, I'm going to just start swaying my wife in order to try and have a more positive opinion of me. Because, well, you don't necessarily need your spouse to like you, but with an intrigue that high, it kind of helps if they like you to not be murdered in your sleep. It helps a lot. Apparently I like her a lot more than she likes me. It's still in the negative, but it's something. Let's see, council positions. Let's see who's on my council. Whoa! My Councillor Scorch is ridiculously good as a diplomat. Holy shit. 22, that is like... to give you an idea, being above 10 gets you masterful. Gets you a masterful in something. Over 20, you are effectively a god amongst mortals at your chosen field. So Scorch is ridiculously good, which is also kind of reflected in the fact that while they have a negative opinion of me, I have a very positive opinion of them. I'll have some work for them in a bit. Let's see, Marshall. Actually, let's just... Marshall, kind of 9, he's decent enough. I'm happy to leave him as is. Let's see, Steward, also pretty decent. Doesn't like me too much, but we'll make do. We'll also get him to start building legend, which will not only increase my prestige, but also has the chance of raising some warriors to come fight for me. Which, while we're not at war yet, I plan to change that fairly quickly. We also do not have a court chaplain. That is going to have to change. Okay, hold on. Invite Holy Man to court. We do not have enough piety in order to actually hire someone. Though plus side, we can actually borrow money from the Pongarians, who are just... it's been a little while since I've had a look. Hold on. Damn, where's cult? Ah, here it is. Culture. Where are they? Wait, it might be religion. Hold on. Ah, yeah, it probably is. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Let's see. Hungarians, where are you? Ah, these guys. So effectively, we're these boys over here are this world's equivalent of the Jews. This small little nation here. And they like to lend out money to people. So good for them. So I'm not going to be able to quite get a court chaplain just yet. Let's see, no heir to the dynasty. What is our laws at the moment? Let's see, heir is our liege. I don't... Yeah, I'm fairly certain we might because we've got daughters, but none of them can actually be rulers of our religion. Hold on. Let's see, just to remember... No, there's no mention of... There's no mention of any laws against women. I guess it's just because of a particular starting point that we can't have a daughter as ruler. So our 3 daughters are not worthless, but they can't take over my seat. They can't become the new Count of Maine, which is a problem because currently my king is the heir of my heir, which means that he has reason to want me dead. Not good. Not good at all. Alright, let's go with ambition. What ambition do we want to go with at the moment? Well, at the moment... Okay, yeah, we can just... As we can see, because we want to groom an heir, so... From the looks of it, because... Oh wait, no, never mind. We haven't quite got... Okay, we've got... One of these must be true, is male, while the law inheritance is agnatic. So, effectively, we can't have a female heir. We need to have a son. So I'm inclined to go grooming an heir, because if we die at the moment, it's game over, and this will be a very short series. So hopefully this will help us with winning over the wife. Now let's see, what focus... Another thing you can do is you can pick a focus. Effectively, when picking a focus, it means that you can... Not only you can buff one of your stats, but you'll also get events focused on that particular area. In this case, I'm inclined to go with family. Chief Barney needs to basically get on pretty well, try and get on well with his family. He's gonna which will hopefully help him. It'll also increase his diplomacy, so he'll be a lot more friendly and approachable. Because he'll be taking his time and he's getting to know his loved ones, it'll also increase his health, because, less stressful. And it'll also increase his fertility, which will hopefully help with us having a son. We'll never know. But yes, this will also, if nothing else, help us win over our wife. Because she is not only one of the people closest to me, she's also a Spymaster. Which, if she decides, she's basically the person in charge of discovering plots against us. If she wants us dead, we are screwed. Just flat out. Especially because she's really good at her job. Okay, we can also design a regent for the area. I'm inclined... Actually, I'm inclined to go with... God damn, my marshal is ridiculously good at stewardship. The only problem is that, which would be great, I could make him a steward. The problem is he's also the one with the most actual martial skill in the realm. So, which is why he's become marshal. I actually kind of like this guy, honestly. He's pretty good. But, yeah, I'll make him my regent, just simply because that additional support can be helpful in the events that Barney suffers an accident or has to go somewhere. Now let us get properly... Now let's have a quick look around. Let's see, look at our master. Yep, he's part of our religion, so no problems there. We are a duke. We have we are part of the Duchy of Eljon, so let's have a look-see. What are you made up of? So Eljon is Maine, which is us. We also have Eljon, which is a part of another kingdom. That's not bad. We can there are worse situations we can have. Let's see. Pash is here, so we can get there as well. Pash, Vidome, which is here, and Surmura, which is down here. So the area we're going to be focusing on is these 5 provinces here. Because if we can capture over 50% of them, we can get 3 of them, we can become a duke. Which will be a step up from Count. That will be our immediate goal. Let's have a look at who owns these places. Let's say High Chief. Okay, you've got a... Okay, you're actually a duke. You're actually a... I'm pretty sure you're a duke as well, so you actually own... Yeah. Yep, he is a duke. He owns this area here. Which is a problem because that is contesting one of the areas we can go. Thankfully, Perch is pretty much an open target at the moment. Because it only has... its ruler is currently still a child. Their traits aren't bad yet, but they're not that particularly good. Especially not for things like military, because timid and playful are not good military traits. So, I don't think this guy's going to be a very good military leader, which we can take advantage of. So let's see, just things we're going to do. We're going to send our Chancellor to try and to make ourselves a little bit of a claim onto Perch. Because here's the thing. You have to have a reason for going to war. And the problem is, yes, you can do the conquest. You can just do a conquest, but that would cost us piety. So, we don't particularly want to do that just yet. If we were to actually have a legitimate claim, or at least something that looks like a legitimate claim, then we would be able to just move in, take it, no one's gonna ask questions. Ooh, taking Ajun is gonna be problematic, to say the least. Let's see, we'll also start getting our marshal to actually start training troops to increase the number of soldiers we can actually bring to bear. Because, yes, we outnumber this poor little bugger, but having more troops, always a good thing to have. Let's see, who else do we need to do things for? At the moment, I'm inclined to keep our Spymaster just on scheming, which means that she'll have a much easier time figuring out plots against us. Normally I would send her somewhere to, say, research technology in order to try and give us some points early on, but counts can't really do much with technological advancements in a hurry. It doesn't really come into account until you at least reach Duke or something. But yeah, let's begin. So let's see. Militarily wise, we are pretty much the same. There's not a whole lot of change there. Okay. Oh, we can get ourselves a court physician. Who's... Okay. I'm not sure when when Draco here popped up, but congratulations, you're now a court doctor. With a learning of 16, you're pretty good at this. And we'll also make him chaplain as well. Let's see, what can we do with you? Okay, so he's just increasing he's moving us to low tribal organization. No, nothing we can really do there. It's fine. We'll also have you building zeal. Because it's sort of like building legend in that passively it'll increase our piety. But it'll also mean that there's a chance that he will summon religious warriors, holy warriors, to come fight for us. And if that's the case, if we get enough of them, depending on what's happening over here with these guys over here, we might, if we get enough warriors at once, we might just be able to push a claim. Let's see, hold on here. Please support me in let's see, Chiefess of Khan, so it's this one here, who doesn't like us at all. Not just because, you know, the standard dragon thing, but simply because we are gluttonous and she's not. She is, however, zealous. Zealous and cruel. Let's see, please support me in voting with the council. In exchange, she'll give us a favor. You know what? I'll take it. That just basically means we can call in something later on. We can ask her to help us out a bit later on in something. Not really sure as to what yet. Let's see, I've decided to institute medium organization. I'm happy to approve of that, because why not? Because, just to give you an idea, basically, organization just means that the king has some power over the vassals. I'm happy to support this simply because I do one day intend to rise up and become king of our little kingdom over here at some point, but so letting him become very unpopular with the other vassals by instituting things that I myself would want to do, well, no harm in that. Now let's see, what can we do? Well, we can spend a little bit of money to start upgrading our home province, which we should do, honestly. Because at the moment, we are tribal. We are a tribe. Hang on. See, I know that one of my Softful courtiers is capable of more than he realizes. I want to push the courtier into being more ambitious. I believe there's great potential in this one. Let's see, who is this? Let's see. I could be merciful, which will lower my intrigue by 1, but it will increase the rate I gain prestige. Which, for a tribal person like me, is actually a pretty good thing. Honestly, I'm inclined to just let bygones be bygones, because I don't... That particular courtier wasn't particularly good anyway, and I don't want him to be ambitious. Screw him, that would be bad. But yet, part of why prestige is so important is a lot of the stuff we produce and we buy, like building upgrades for our provinces, which can increase, for example, our armies, or increase the amount of money we generate. It just makes us stronger. A lot of it is bought with prestige. So yeah, some things are bought with cash, like the Market Village and the Hill Fort. Let's see, perhaps it is time I ask Chiefess Worm to spend some time with me. It is probably the fastest way to gain her trust. Okay. Barney the Family Man. Let's see if we can try and get our wife to, you know, not be angry at us. Let's see, Worm is happy to oblige me. Now that I have some time to spend with her, I am confident I can convince her of how alike we are, and that she stands only to gain from our friendship. Okay. Oh god, the fact that I'm trying to befriend my wife is just... It sounds bad, but... let's be honest, it's probably for the best. Let's see, I think these days have really helped me getting Worm to know and appreciate me better. We have passed most of our time in my longhouse, discussing of the most disparate topics. Let's see, we have 3 options here. We can planning your visit filled me with purpose because we're ambitious. We have that option. We fulfilled our obligations as a host because we're just, or we just hoped, because if you have nothing, you just go, I hope you liked your time here. Well, we're ambitious, so let's increase our relationship with her, because already she's softened to us a bit. So, already that is a good sign. She's not the more she likes us, the less likely she is to, you know, murder us. Hello, what's this? King... let's see, the Maxilenian Holy War for Normandy. Let's see. Our liege appears to be on the defensive, while the King of Maxkelly, which is this kingdom over here, has decided to declare war to try and take the county of Normandy, which, let's have a quick look-see, is made up of this area here, basically the coastline. Now let's have a quick look here. Can our liege win this war by himself? Where are you? Ah yes, Realm Tree. Amount of troops he can build up is about 1,000. Whereas our king can summon up a bit less than that. However, there is something we can do here. We can throw in a lot with our king. I've got nothing better to do at the moment, and joining his war would not only possibly swing it in our favor, but also he'll like us better because we joined his war. And honestly, I'm inclined to do this simply because, well, we don't want to lose ground to the infidel. Our religion is a lot smaller than theirs. I don't want... the more ground we lose, the worse off we will be. That would be bad. And it seems like we're not the only one who's throwing in their lot. because it seems like the Count of Prish is also throwing his troops into support. And it is paying off dramatically. It's curious. I will admit I've rarely seen vassals really give much of a toss about the give much of a toss about actually, you know, assisting their lord when it comes to things like war. But I guess that since we're all united in our faith, and that the rest of the world is against us, or at least this part of it here, because we are very much alone, we should probably need to stick together in order to get results. And yeah, because of that, yeah, just because we joined in, the fact that we won that initial battle has swung things majorly, has given us a very early lead. Unfortunately, we're not the only ones who are joining in this war. It's basically becoming basically, we've got a whole lot of people who are rising up in support, but we're also, a lot of them are joining in as well. Uh-oh. And it seems like, yeah, they've got a ridiculous amount of reinforcements, but it might not save them. It might. Yes, we might just. No, wait. No, where'd the attackers there? Shite. Nope, we lost that one. They just kept throwing more troops into it. Though thankfully, we do have reinforcements of our own, so this is going to be a very interesting battle going forward. Unfortunately, we don't quite have enough troops ourselves in order to really... We're supporting our king, we're supporting him, we've thrown a few hundred additional men in to try and assist with... try and assist in holding the line, but... yeah. Just... sadly, it seems like, because this is a holy war, once you start holy wars, people of the same religion are inclined to join in on their particular sides. And... well, as we can see, this is going to... a lot of people are throwing in on this one. And unfortunately, we can't actually, as I said, we can't actually control the we're not really have enough men to really be able to tell people to basically follow us, we'll lead you to victory. So the AI is going to be doing stupid things. Okay, we've managed to build our Earth Fort, which is good, which is going to... basically, it's not much, but it'll increase the size of our army, it'll increase our fort level, so we're a little bit harder to siege, and all that fun stuff. See, the problem we're having right now is... we do have a fair number of troops, it's just... they're spread out. Whereas, from what we saw of their army, they've managed to gather enough of them together to be a pretty sizable force. Ah, here we go, we're finally bringing them all together. Wonderful. So we are slowly bringing our forces together, but it might be a bit too little too late. Yeah, that is... Oh yes, we've also managed to actually make our our Chancellor has managed to make our fake thing. So we've managed to forge documents to say that we have a claim on Pesh. Granted, it's going to make this guy really mad at us because you know we claimed a thing, but we're going to be expanding a bit in the future. Let's see, maybe I should write to the Chiefess 1 to try and convince her of my good intentions. Sure, send a letter. She has not responded. Perhaps I should have tried writing in a less blunt way. So we haven't really gained anything from that, but we haven't lost anything either. So see, this is part of why, as I say, the computer is kind of stupid. Personally, I would have gathered this army and swung it over here to reinforce this defense. It might not have guaranteed us victory, but it would have given us a fighting chance. Instead, the AI has decided that it's more focused on laying siege to this particular province than actually trying to defeat their massive army of death. So we're probably going to lose this war. Unless... So just to explain my thought, we could borrow some money to hire mercenaries, but which would give us if we can get the AI to actually get its shit together and follow us, would actually give us at least enough numbers to actually match their advance. Actually, you know what? Screw it. Borrow the money? We only live once. Okay, this is gonna be very dangerous, because once you pay them, you also have to, you know, keep paying them. Okay, so we've hired mercenaries. They're gonna cost... Actually, wait. We'll wait for the finances to fix up next month. And apparently there's a human here. Huh. So once we get the finances, we'll know just how much this is actually going to cost us to maintain. But... because mercenaries can be expensive. Okay, so we've become a very good falconer. Nice. Ooh, there we go. There's the real price. But there, we've got a couple of months before we are bankrupt, and then then nasty things can happen. But all we need to do, all we need is to get our allied army to attack the enemy, that massive stack, and then we can throw out these mercenaries in there to try and assist them. Because that's all we need to do. Though I'm trying to figure out where the hell this actual enemy army is gone. Because we can keep this up for maybe... Okay, the new bird is almost too perfect. I enjoy the hunts. Yeah, let's become a falconer. That'll increase our diplomacy and make people like us more. Okay, there's their army, and it's coming. Okay, finally. Just quick attack here, just to siege some of, just to basically attack their holdings. Just to seize some more ground, which is yay for us. Ooh, no, 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 no. Come on, join in, damn it. Join! Okay, there we go. Thank God. So we've got reinforcements. This is probably... Yeah, if there's any battle that's going to swing this, it's going to be here. And it looks... Let's see. The world is a dangerous place. Rumors have reached that the people are conspiring to kill you. Not surprising there. We're dragons. Okay. After this battle, we are disbanding the mercenaries. We need to. We cannot afford to keep them. Hired. We're sending them away. Whew. And we also captured someone. Nice. And we've broken their army. That, or at least their army has fallen apart. Which is gonna help us a lot going forward. Unfortunately, the AI isn't as inclined as I am to, you know, chase them down. But I guess it doesn't have to. Because, well, through this holy war, we're holding our main area. We're holding the area that it's being fought for. So the enemy owns nothing of the Normandy Duchy. We've actually occupied some of their territory, which is helping us. And now, finally, it seems that the AIs, that our commanders decided to move in and try and break as many of their armies as they can while they're divided and weak. Which is good. Good, good, good. I guess another mechanic that's recently become a thing is the fact that it used to be that you could, as long as your army hadn't moved into a new province, you could back out at any time. However, it seems that they've changed that in that once your army's moved a certain point, you're locked in. You can't just stop. You're halfway there, the move can't be cancelled. Which I do appreciate. It does add a bit more tactical advantage to things. I'm also going to take advantage of moving our Chancellor back to... basically back to Maine. He's going to be performing statecraft. He's effectively trying to move around and just do... make people like us better. Let's see, there's still... So we've managed to keep our kingdom... From the looks of it, we've managed to keep our kingdom secure, but more importantly, if we can win this war, that is a major religious victory for us. What it effectively just means that if we go to religion, our moral authority will go up, theirs will go down. Which basically means that our religion will become stronger for it, because they came at us, we won. Screw you, you touchy-feely little bastards. Praise be to the heavenly wheel. Hang on, what's happening over... Okay, we're just going to send another message to the wife to try and get her to like us. Let's see, diplomacy. What's happening over here? He's attacking us in... Okay, that's... Okay, I can see what's going on here. He's attacking us. The King of Scalia attacked us in a religious war to try and claim Normandy. But he's also defending against what appears to be a Duke of... The Duke of Cologne. Where is that? See, I can't quite... Ah, he's basically fighting against this... Yeah, this guy here. Who is a vassal of... Who's a vassal of Skyrim. So his army has to... He's currently fighting a war on two fronts. Which suits us just fine, because since we're a defensive war, we just have to hold our own territory. The fact that we've gone in and occupied some of their territory, we're not gonna... I don't think we're gonna keep that after the war. But it still kind of screws up their economy, it screws up the amount of troops they can bring to bear in later engagements for a while. So, yeah, that can definitely work in our favor. Okay, one of our kids can now have an education focus. Wonderful. So we've got our 5 choices. And let's have a look-see, Naga. Let's see, you're affectionate, but fussy. So that means that you'll have... To just give the idea, they would be pretty good... Affectionate is good for diplomacy education, but fussy, while good, is good for intrigue, but the opposite is... They're not really good for each other. So I'm going to send her to do some learning, because they've got a positive there. Don't have to worry about it. Uh-oh. It seems like... Yep, it seems like they've managed to build up... They've managed to build up their army again. See what's happening over... So it seems that despite the fact that they're at war with someone else, they're throwing their armies against us. Then again, it kind of doesn't help that, as with most religious wars, this is kind of a confederation of people of their faith, which isn't good. And unfortunately, I can't control this army, because I would have tried to, while they're moving their armies in different groups and all that, I would have tried to pick off these 2,000 people who are kind of following after. Alright, we might just get away with that. Yeah, because it seems, yeah, we're battling them here, and their reinforcements have to cross a river. So our hope is that we crush this army before their reinforcements arrive. That's the best we can hope for under the circumstances. Come on, come on. Damn it! Still, they've had to cross a river, which isn't... Oh wait, they might have been... Yeah, I think they got away with it because they were fighting... We were already fighting a battle. They joined in without the penalty of crossing the river. If the army that was originally there broke, different matter altogether. However, it seems like we're winning this fight. Yes we are. Granted, we're going to have to recapture territory because, well, if they own the land they're trying to claim, that actually gives them a fairly strong benefit, but otherwise, we're slowly wearing them down, which is definitely paying off in our favor. Long live the heavenly wheel. Okay, it seems like more of them are probably going to be coming to... Because we've managed to break army after army, so say what you will, they're probably going to be, considering the losses they've taken, they're going to be hurting for a while. But and not just the neighboring kingdom, from the looks of it, just... We've got a fair few people here who have joined against us, and they've lost a lot of troops. So, while this particular holy war for Normandy might end in our victory, it's, from the looks of it, things are going to probably get very interesting in neighboring areas fairly quickly. Alright, I'm already on low speed, so... That was just a little announcement saying we were attacked over here. Which makes sense, that's where the battle was. But yeah, I'm just saying that there's probably that once this war is over, there is probably going to be a bit of a shifting in the balance of power in other courts. Maybe nothing major, but definitely enough. Definitely enough that there will be... that there will probably be some new dukes out there. I know for a fact that after this war is over, we're going to be taking Petch here and expanding our influence and strength. The main reason I'm not doing it now is that there are some serious negatives for actually attacking someone of the same faith as you if they're defending against they're fighting a holy war. Whether it be, particularly if it's defense. So we've still got our claim there, that's fine. We'll be doing something with that in the near future. And we're slowly winning this war. Because it's on them to actually capture territory. Hello. My court chaplain Draco tells me that his efforts at increasing religious fervor among the people have met with great success. A small army of zealots has converged at Maine, ready to serve me. Now I simply need to attack some suitable infidel before my new recruits wander off in disgust. Praise to the heavenly wheel. Granted, 300 additional troops, maybe not too much, but at this stage of the war, where it could honestly mean life and death. Just that little bit of additional support is probably buying us this win. I will admit, another reason that I am that I was so willing to join my lord's war in this, is not only to basically strengthen our religion and keep our kingdom intact, because just if we were to lose Normandy, that would probably mean that we would suddenly be we would be surrounded by infidels, and that's just no good for anyone. Oh, we've also got the steward has also managed to get some warriors to come and join us as well. So that's an additional 300 or so people. Oh boy. And we've gained diarrhea. Not good. Not good at all. We have called in Draco because he's also our doctor. So he's going to try and treat our symptoms as best he can. Eat 10 apples a day to treat your diarrhea. I'm not sure that did anything. So that probably hasn't helped us. That it wasn't a particularly good treatment, but it didn't do anything against us either. Let's see, rumors have reached us that people are conspiring to kill your wife. That's not too surprising, honestly. Dragons by default do not like each other. Let's see. The steward wants some help and wants my support in voting his way. And we've lost the diarrhea. Yes, we're not dying. Yes, why not? I'll vote the way he needs me to. In exchange, we'll have a favor to call upon later on. Alright, let's send another letter to the wife and see if that actually helps. I'm not good at writing letters. Why are you trying, Barney? Why? Let's see, how many troops do we have now? About 600. About 627. Huh. We could do something with that, I will admit. But not at this stage. They've managed to gather another sizable force, but not large enough. And I think we're almost won this war. Yeah, we just need to get this to 100%. And then we can basically just demand their surrender. And our counselor has improved relations with our king. Good boy. Alright, let's see how this goes. We won. We won our war. Okay, the King of Miscali is King Glurung the Cannibal. How is he the... No! How the hell has he got... What the hell happened here? Why are you known as the Cannibal? Oh, that's why you're known as the Cannibal. He ate a 12-year-old! What the f... Good God! Good God, what is wrong with you? Let's see, revoked. Well, that's not good. That's not good at all. It would seem that our king made the decision to basically he effectively kicked out the Duke of Parsh, the Count of Parsh, and claimed it for himself. As well as another count. However, we do have an advantage here. As much as he is a good king, it is time for him to die, and thankfully, it would seem that a lot of people agree with me. Let's see, hang on. Yeah, this is this is over 344 plot power. You need to have over 100% in order to have a attempt to kill someone go off. This... Good God. Oh yeah, apparently... Oh, you're in our dungeons? Pin of me. Do. Go to hell, you heathen bastard. Actually, is there anything worthwhile about you at all we should know about? You know, apart from you being a heathen? Oh. Apparently it's something that dragons can do, in that we can just devour our prisoners. And of course burn them. Hang on. Do we have... No, we don't have any bloodline stuff, but... Yeah. I'm okay with burning the son of a bitch. Let's see, the ancient that coursed through our veins gets intimidated court until the 13th of February. Master revolt risk, plot power defense. Gains the trait cruel. Alright, how about we just... Count. That's it, let's just execute him. We can't sell him off because no one can... He's so low on the pecking order that no one really gives a shit about him, so... So we just crucified a dragon. Let's see, the AM accused a couple of villagers of blasphemy after he heard them take Allah's... Did it when he hit his thumb on the hammers. Okay, let's imprison some lawbreakers for taking the name of the Holy Wheel in vain. If for no other reason than piety is good. Let's see, our daughter's full grown. Our eldest daughter is full grown. She's a dutiful cleric, and... Let's see, you spend this game leads vessels, and you feel you have gathered. Okay, it would seem... Ah yes, I'm the Spymaster of our kingdom. I'm my King's Spymaster, which makes perfect sense, considering my Barney's ridiculously high intrigue. Let's send her some exotic food. It costs a little bit of gold, but because of our high learning, I think she will like it. Let's see, we should probably look into marrying our daughter off, but... to whom? Okay, my co-conspirator, High Chief Scorch, has sent word that the carriage the king is travelling in will soon suffer an unfortunate accident, leaving no survivors. Alright, those things are death traps. And that's my alarm going off, which I decided to have for recording. And the wife is not impressed by the cooking we've done. She's not a fan of exotic foods, apparently. Let's speed up a little bit just to see if we've killed the king. Uh-oh. The carriage was sent flying into a ravine, but the king jumped out moments earlier. The driver was caught and has revealed my complicity in the plot. Oh dear. Oh. Oh, that is not good. Because the king now knows I tried to kill him. Well, that's maybe where we leave it off for now. In that, the next saga will be Barney's attempts to not only get along with his wife and have a male child, but also to avoid being murdered by the king, who he just tried to kill himself. We'll see how that plays out next time. My name is Brightops, and I look forward to hearing from you.